guys, welcome back to Postcards Texas. This is Hannah and I'm going to be talking about the cost of living in Hong Kong. So we will see you in a minute. So we're talking about cost of living in Hong Kong. So first I'm going to be talking about rent. So right now I live in New Territories, which is the northern region of Hong Kong. So the prices for rent there is a little cheaper than if you live in like the really dense areas. So I used to live in Mongkok, which is like the middle of Hong Kong. And I used to pay 9,300 Hong Kong a month for rent. It was a studio flat and it was about 320 square feet. And last year I went back to see if I could move to that area to be closer to my job. And the price has gone up to 14K. So I will put the conversions for that. And that's in the middle of the city. But in New Territories, I pay around 12K. So, and that's for 700 square feet, and I have a roof for my dog to run up on and stuff. And we got 2 bedroom, or like a bedroom, office, and a kitchen separate, and then also the toilet separate, so it's not like studio style, so everything's like much better than living in like a shoebox apartment. So yeah, so I pay 11,500 for this one I'm living in right now. So yeah, I mean, it's just based on like what you're willing to live with, what you're not willing to live with, depending on the location you want to live in. So if you're willing to be minimalist or if you're willing to need more space, just depends. Alright, so next is transit. Right now I am working in Kowloon Tong, so that's about an hour and 20 minutes from my house, and I spend about 800 in Hong Kong in transit a month, and I bet you'll probably be spending a lot less than that because of how far I'm having to go. Maybe like half of that. So you'd probably be spending 400 a month on transit if you're only going like an hour to your job, or like 30 to 45 minutes. So you'd probably be only spending 200 Hong Kong a month on transit. Transit's really cheap in Hong Kong. We have MTR. I actually have a video about all the transit I'm going to put right here. And we have MTR, taxi, we have MTR's like subway system. And then we also have mini buses, regular double-decker buses, and there's just a lot of different ways to get around, and it's really, really cheap. So food, oh, that's very important. Alright, so food, it depends on what you eat. So if you were to go to like, the average for dinner is like 50-60 Hong Kong per person to eat dinner and all that stuff. But just like going to the market and things like that is really cheap. Going to wet market, so you would, like, say you're buying like some lettuce. There's 3 bushels of lettuce is 20 Hong Kong dollars. And when I go buy chicken for my dog Oreo, I buy like 12 chicken feet and 14 drumsticks, and that's about 89 Hong Kong dollars. So that's like, what, a little more than $10. So it's pretty cheap. And then when I buy beef, it's a little more expensive because beef is not, is a little more expensive in Hong Kong. The meat that's more accessible is pork and chicken, so it's going to be more expensive for beef. So I get some beef strips. It's like 70 Hong Kong for a pound of beef strips. And yeah, like all the vegetables, all fruits really cheap unless it's imported from Japan or Korea or something. It just depends on what type of food you buy. And if you go to a supermarket, it's decently priced but not too expensive. It's just cheaper to get the perishables in the wet market. So yeah. Alright, next is my phone bill. Right now, 2 people on my phone bill costs about 800 Hong Kong a month. So half of that's 400 per person. So that's not too bad, but I've heard people getting cheaper ones. Just try to go to like the less known companies. They're a little better because they're a little cheaper. So yeah. And then electricity, I pay a lot for electricity. This boy, he cost my electricity bill so much. You say hi? Look here. Yeah. Alright, Oreo. Because we had to have the AC on all day for him because it gets hot in Hong Kong. And my last bill was 4,000 Hong Kong dollars for 2 months. So we were trying to like switch around to see what's to make it cheaper. But I think normally it would be maybe 1,000 for someone who doesn't have a dog who's a snow dog. It would normally be like 1,000 Hong Kong or something, like a month or every 2 months, something like that. But yeah, our last one was like 4,000 Hong Kong. It's so expensive. Just because we had to have the air on for him all day, because if not, he gets super hot and like, yeah. But yeah. So I hope this video was very informational. Please give us a big like, hit that subscribe button and the bell, and we'll see you next time. Bye!